Hi, my name is Prachi Thakkar, and today I'm going to talk about the ethics learning. So, I completed three modules with the help of CFA Lab. And the modules were first trading and analysis, interaction with clients, and ethical decision making. These three modules deepened my understanding of how ethical standards govern financial professionals in real world, not just in theory. So firstly, saw about trading and analysis, which covered five standards. First, material non-public information. If we have access to any information that isn't publicly available and can influence the investment value, we should not trade or tip it to anyone. Secondly, we studied about market manipulation. We should never engage in trades or strategies that are that are designed to distort prices or inflate volume or mislead any other participants. Then we talk about diligence and reasonable bias. Any investment recommendation or uh, action must be backed by a thorough understanding and research. It should not be based on any assumptions. Record keeping. We should always record all the research that we have done, all the recommendations that we have gathered for the investment decision to have finally taken place. Then, priority of transactions. Client and employer transaction must always come before our own personal trades. Then we talk about CFA standards of ethic interaction with clients, which again covered five standards: independent and objectivity, accepting gifts from any third party, any clients, be it the smallest gift. It tends to change our judgment, so that's not acceptable. Secondly, we talked about loyalty and duty of care. Our primary obligation is always our client, not our employer, not ourselves. It's always our client. Fair and objective treatment. Every client deserves the same quality of analysis and recommendations, regardless of their portfolio size or then we talk about suitability, recommending an investment without truly understanding a client's financial situation, risk tolerance, and goals is reckless. So suitability isn't a checkbox; it's an ongoing responsibility that is required. Then we talk about client confidentiality. The trust clients place in us includes trusting us with sensitive financial information. That information stays confidential unless there's illegal activity, a legal obligation to disclose, or the client permits it without no exception. Then we talk about then we talk about ethical decision making. Ethical decision making, we saw the module establish that being an ethical financial professional isn't about following a checklist. It's about genuinely prioritizing clients' interest, acting with integrity in every interaction, and continuously improving our own standards even when nobody's watching. We went through many case studies in this module in which we applied the principle. The real value came from the scenarios. Each one presented a realistic workplace dilemma, pressure of leaving the firm, where we had to recognize which ethical principle was being tested. Then I have taken a case study. I've written a case study where it's a small case study in which James is a fund manager, a mid-sized investment firm. At a private dinner, a close friend who works as a CFO at a pharmaceutical firm casually mentions that the firm is going to publish new drugs. The next morning, James quietly purchases a large position in that pharmaceutical company across several client accounts before the announcement goes public. So the stock surges 40% following the announcement, and James client profit significantly. So here the stakeholders are, of course, James, his clients, other market participants, and James' employer. The standard violated here is material non-public information that we discussed. Uh, so the ethical conflict here was James used information unavailable to the public to gain unfair advantage. Even though his clients benefited, the action was fundamentally dishonest. What James should have done was immediately recognize the information as material and non-public, refused to act on it, and reported the conversation to its team. Uh, so finally, what? overall experience was for me. Like, what surprised me was before the modules, I thought ethical violation in finance were obvious, clear-cut cases, or greed of or dishonesty. What actually surprised me was how many situations exist in gray areas where a decision can feel reasonable in the moment but still violate a professional standard. My thinking has changed a bit. I used to think that ethics in finance was mostly about avoiding the big scandals. Now I understand it's about the small daily decisions that we make to handle a client conversation, our personal things. What I will carry forward is, as someone who plans to pursue investment banking, I will be operating in an environment where information and conflicts of interest are constant. This module taught me that my professional reputation is built or destroyed through one small decision. And that's